All right, y'all, what's goody? We are here with the first week back of training from Raw Nationals, and boy, that was a trip. It's funny because it feels like I haven't squatted in forever. All these squats in this training session, they felt very, very strange. They felt like I was trying to find my footing. I was trying to find my groove, and Stella did not find it. I didn't find it, but I'm appreciative of this process because basically when I spoke to Sanjeev, it was like I feel like we need to start all over, and the mentality and the way things are set up in training, it feels like I'm starting all over, and that sometimes you need that. Sometimes you try to ride a stream of momentum, and it's kind of gone, and you need to revamp it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay, because in that initial stream, you take things that you've learned that allow you to get as far as you did, and you take it into that new season, that new fresh training block, and you're like, all right, I'm finna nail these smaller, these finer things. And that's kind of what I'm doing. You'll notice it later when I leg press, but something that I notice is when my toes are pointed out too much, it does not feel good. Like I'm sure you guys seen studies, or if you haven't, there are studies show that when you turn your feet out more, you do not get more glute activation, and it has something to do with the amount of torque in the femur. When you can create more, you get more access to your glutes, and in order to have that torque, you kind of got to stay in that 0 to 15 degree foot angle. So leg press is where I kind of like figured it out, and it made the most sense. If you leg press, you can figure out your squat stance, you can figure out your toe angle. Here I'm just having a narrow stance because I'm hitting more quad, but if you're looking for your squat stance, you can use the pad as the floor. And you'll see here, like these first two sets, they did not feel good at all. It felt like a lot of hip pressure, but it didn't feel like my leg was working together, like my adductor, my glutes. But my final set, I was like, let me just point my toes a little bit more forward. And I was able to feel my adductor and my glute work together. And I feel like a lot of people have a problem engaging their glutes because they're turning their toes out more and more. But when you turn your toes out a whole lot, you lose your pelvic floor, and bracing also gets a little bit more difficult. So ideally start from like a more forward toe position and like slowly start turning it out. Obviously, like you might have mobility constraints, but these are all things that you can work on over time. Bench, that's another good one that I can't wait to like really put y'all on and show y'all. Here I'm figuring it out, like I kind of get the gist, but there are still things that I'm not doing properly, and I'm gonna wait until a later video to like really put y'all on game, because I've been struggling with bench for I don't know how long, like a very, very, very long time. And this I got it figured it out, and I can't wait to show y'all the progress that I make, the progress that I'm going to make, just from fixing the small things. I see a lot of people struggle with bench, especially my long arm folk. It's not easy at all. We got a lot of range of motion to work with, but that's perfectly fine. That is just more space for more muscle. But I got y'all in another video. But just to like, let's talk about accessories right quick. I think that Instagram kind of got people messed up on how they should be doing their accessories. Like it's supposed to look a certain way. Like it's supposed to look like very meatheadish. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Matt Ogus, he kind of showed people that the way training looks, you don't have to like lift like an anus to get muscle growth. He was all about form, technique, feeling contraction, and a lot of people don't know, like, dude was super strong. Like, even when he was dieting and cutting into like bodybuilding comps, he could dumbbell press 120s, 130s on incline, no problem. But that's because he was actually working his muscle, like going through full range, using loads that you can, not doing the herky jerk, not grinding every set. And plus it's week 1. Shout out to Bob, because he really got me like honing in on this. Is just to make a little bit of progress each week, like literally build your body. Don't lift weights that you literally cannot weight. Like build yourself up, take the time, and like just wait. It's gonna come. I promise. You don't have to like force it. It's gonna come. Calf raises. People don't train, like it's a joke in powerlifting and I think in strength sports to not train calves, but like that shit, I'm trying not to curse. Those muscles are connected to your feet, and our feet connect us to the ground. And every lift that we do, our feet make contact first. So if your feet are not strong, or they're not as strong as the rest of your body, you will start to encounter problems that don't necessarily make any sense. Dawson swears by these. I do. Like a shout out to Levi, old head. He said to make sure my calves are lengthened and make sure they're strong. And your tibs, like train your calves, train your tibs. If you're looking for a stronger feet, if you're looking for a better rooting, do it. Train your feet, train your calves. This is the following day. I had close grip Larson. I hate close grip Larson with a passion. But close grip Larson makes me strong. Like Larsons are good because they teach you how to not use your legs. A lot of people rely on their legs too much on bench press and completely forget about the structural integrity of their upper body while they're benching. Like I seen kids the other day, they were benching and they were only using their legs. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, they're only using their legs. Like, chest was completely taken out of the movement. And I'm like, this is like, if you watch a lot of old heads train, they like always pick their feet up, their feet barely touching the ground, and they'll just be like repping out 225, 315. And they don't have this philosophical answer. They just be like, this is harder. It's a lot harder for me to bench like this, and that is their reasoning why. Freaking shout out to Justin. He calls him Rogers press, but there's a reason why he benches 500. Like he has brute strength, and I feel like that is one thing in powerlifting a lot of people can take note of. Deadlift. I don't want to dive too deep into it right now, but there are things that especially for my conventional people, there are things that I need y'all to know. I'm not going to leave y'all high and dry because it's not too many of us left. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many real ones left. Nah. But these are just principles that you should understand as someone who pulls sumo or conventional. These are principles that you should just understand. And I'm going to go over that in a later video. And I need y'all to stay tuned because I see too many people making small mistakes that are completely unnecessary. And if they understood the fundamentals of how the movement works and how their body works, they wouldn't be so antsy in like things like their setup, or just be like shaky off the floor or having problems locking out. Our body is very smart. Our body is resilient. It's strong. And if we put our body in the right position and everything is up to par, meaning we don't have any lagging body parts, things will work the way that they're supposed to. So stay tuned. I promise we gonna get strong. I want us to get strong, and I want y'all to learn how to do things the right way. Now, originally this was a super long video, but my boy told me to break them up into pieces, and so we gonna break them up to pieces. I really want to talk about every exercise, why I'm doing the exercise, for me personally, what you should be looking for, what you should be trying to consistently do, what happens when you're not consistent with certain things. Like I want to give y'all the pitfalls, and I want to give y'all the way. I want to show y'all the way to rise, because I just feel like it's imperative, and I don't want to leave my boys, my gals high and dry. So just, if you haven't, like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay confident, stay strong, stay fearless, stay dangerous, be undeniable, and press on. And I'm gonna see you on the next one.